Hello, everyone, and welcome to Matt's Musings. Today's episode, we are going to talk a little bit about stability, which is chapter 3 in Slow Church. Stability, fidelity to people and place. The thing about Slow Church is, aside from wanting us to slow things down, they want us to think about our relationships. And one of the ways in which we can create relationships is through stability, through staying in one place over a long period of time. They have this great line from a poem written by Wendell Berry. It says, "Hope, then to belong to your place by your own knowledge, and of what it is that no other place is, and by your caring for it as you care for no other place." They return to this theme of learning your place, learning where you live, about where you live. They open with this great story from this book called The Apple Tree Community, written by George Smith. And here, George Smith has this apple tree growing in his front yard, and he tells how a woodsman comes by and offers to chop down this apple tree so that George would have some firewood for the winter. And George says politely, no, and then goes on to say, that old apple tree is a honey factory, a bird's hotel, a summer cafeteria, a winter pantry, a concert stage, an egg hatchery, a nursery, a shelter, a floral exhibit. It's even more. You see, because George Smith had essentially grown up with this tree, he was able to observe and see how this is more than just some old apple tree. It is a center of community. So this chapter invites us to finding a way to remain stable, to stay in one place for a long time, observing and participating in and experiencing life together with your neighbors in one place. Challenging as that is, as we are such a very mobile society, we're able to jump in an automobile and drive to DC or up to New York City or down south to Florida. It is important for us to find a way to remain stable in one place over a long period of time, committed to community, to this church community, to your neighborhood. One way that there is a tension for us with this chapter is that our neighbor right across the street is UVA. And so throughout the history of Wesley Memorial, we have had ongoing relationship with the students that have come through our doors for 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. And it's important for us, and they talk about this in this chapter, for us to affirm that relationship and the gifts that the students have offered to us and vice versa. And one way that we do that here at Wesley Memorial is by having a meal at the end of the school year. For us, it's going to be May 15th this year. And all students are invited for a meal after the service, not just graduating students. And we will celebrate our graduates, and we do have a few, but we also celebrate our students who have been with us throughout this academic year. They are preparing to go off this summer to internships, to go back home, to have a variety of experiences. But we also, as sad as it might be for that moment, look forward to their return in August, joining us once again to be a part of our community. But we also say goodbye to our graduates, knowing that they are moving on to a career or to another academic program, whatever it might be. We also just want to affirm them and thank them for their time with us. And so it is more than just a meal after a worship service. It is a way to say goodbye, farewell. We hope to see you again soon. Stability. It's important for developing rich, thick communities. So what about you, viewer? What makes it difficult to stay in one place in America? Or even just for you, have you moved around a lot? Or have you stayed in one spot and so you say, well, that makes sense to me? I'm curious. Share your experiences in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you again for another episode of Matt's Musings.